Broadcasting live from our studio in Boston, Solutions Review is proud to showcase Alteryx in the Solution Spotlight, a unique online event for industry professionals.
I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review, and welcome to the Solution Spotlight featuring Alteryx, and focused on using AI to unlock deep data insights and drive digital transformation. We live in a new economy where digital business models are winning. At the heart of this transformation are data analytics, automation, and AI. Organizations at the forefront have employed a modern mindset to how they manage data access, analytics platforms, and data-driven decision-making. They've adopted a democratized approach, an analytics for all strategy. So today, we'll take a deep dive into the Alteryx AI Platform for enterprise analytics and learn more about their integrated generative and conversational AI, data preparation, advanced analytics, and automated reporting capabilities. And to walk you through this tour of the Alteryx AI platform, we're joined by two members of the product management team, Sarah Welch and David Cooperberg. Sarah, David, thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Excited to be here.
Well, we've been looking forward to this one. As we all know, AI is at the forefront of everybody's mind at the moment, and we're seeing all kinds of interesting AI development within enterprise technology, which we think is incredibly exciting, given that that's the space that we cover. Before we get going, Sarah, I know you just celebrated your third anniversary in the product management area at Alteryx. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen over those past 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the biggest trend has been AI. And one of the reasons that I was drawn to Alteryx in the first place was that is this Alteryx Analytics for All mission, really unlocking really technical capabilities for every kind of employee. And generative AI is really allowing us to double down on that mission, going deeper and allowing more people to make more complicated analytics decisions and just making it more accessible than ever before.
Yeah, it's great, and like I said, we've got a lot of ground to cover, and we're pretty excited about everything you're going to show. So before we get into it, I'll set everybody's expectations with regard to if you have any questions, and we would encourage you certainly to have them. Is to submit them, and we will take them in here. I'll take them and hold them until after Sarah and David have gone through the presentation, and we'll go through a little Q&A at the end. Sarah, I'm going to hand it over to you. I know you're going to lead us off, and then you're going to bring David in to do a demo. So the floor is yours, and we'll catch up to you after you two have worked your way through the presentation.
Great. Thanks so much, Doug. First, let's start by demystifying generative AI. According to Gartner, generative AI is capable of learning from existing artifacts to generate new, realistic outputs that reflect the nuances of the input data without merely replicating it. This means it's not just copying. It's learning and creating something new and valuable. It's a multifaceted tool that can produce a wide array of artifacts, including images, video, music, speech, text, software code, and product designs. In this moment, we're at an inflection point. Analytics, automation, and AI are providing the fuel to new digitally enabled business models. Some organizations have stated that 5 years of digital transformation plans were accomplished in 6 months. And the need for analytics-based decision-making is stronger than ever. But transformation without analytics is just digitization. Analytics is what makes it truly transformative. Analytics and AI are crucial ingredients to make faster, better decisions, to protect and grow the business. CEOs agree that the most important trend to act on today is disruptive technology. Technologies like analytics and AI. In fact, according to Gartner, data analytics is the number 2 top objective for IT leaders, only just behind information security. Enterprises who invest strategically in analytics see income outpace those that don't by almost 20%. Companies investing in AI are already seeing a revenue uplift of up to 15% and could also see AI automate up to 70% of employees' work time today. These technologies enable enterprises to make smarter decisions, generating better outcomes for their businesses. While I share the analytics maturity model, I invite you to think about where your organization is right now. This framework is structured around 5 key stages. The analytic beginner. Organizations at this level have limited or no use of analytics. Data management is chaotic, and there's a lack of systematic analytical processes. Decisions are frequently made by gut rather than data. Localized analytics, in this second stage, sees departments making isolated efforts towards using analytics. While there's some success in specific areas, these efforts are not coordinated across the organization. This is where you'll see silos and many different versions of the truth. Analytical aspirations. At this midpoint, organizations recognize the importance of analytics and begin to develop a more cohesive strategy. There's an effort to centralize analytics and foster a data-driven culture. If you're in an organization at this level, you're starting to not only get some real value, but you're starting to see what else might be possible once you address your lingering scaling and integration challenges. Analytical companies have successfully integrated analytics into their operations. Data-driven decision-making is widespread, supported by strong analytics leadership and a well-established analytics infrastructure. Finally, analytical competitors are at the pinnacle of the model. Analytics are not just integrated, but core to the organization's strategy. These companies leverage advanced analytics, including predictive modeling and AI, to drive competitive advantage and innovation. Most organizations are stuck at stage 2, getting some smaller, isolated value. But advancing through the stages of analytics maturity isn't just an academic exercise. It drives real, measurable financial performance. Companies at stage 4 have seen a staggering 26.3% increase in their 10-year operating income compared to just 7% for those at stage 2. This data from the International Institute of Analytics underscores a critical message. Advancing your organization's analytical maturity is a direct investment in its financial success. However, in practice, many organizations have failed to leverage AI and analytics effectively at scale, missing out on the impact of improving the speed and quality of decisions on their business. And there's a few reasons why. First, enterprises don't have enough data science, AI, and analytics experts to scale to meet the breadth of insights needed across all aspects of their business. This means business users who know the domain context of data can't analyze it, and there aren't enough data science experts to help analyze it across the entire business. All too often, analysts are left using Excel to manage data and inform critical business decisions, something that is manual, error-prone, and adds governance risks. Second, enterprises are hamstrung by siloed and legacy systems. And lastly, maximizing the value from your own data is very difficult because data is more complex and is exploding in volume. That means trying to use data in your decisions becomes a slow, painful, and often ineffective exercise. And thus, you find much of your valuable data isn't being used. Or because of data governance challenges, data quality isn't trusted in decision-making. To sidestep these challenges and unlock the disruptive value of analytics and AI for your enterprise, you need to take a different approach. One that is easy for all to adopt, automates the mundane, and is trustworthy and enterprise grade. First, make it easy to adopt for all employees. Technology transformation attempts are littered with examples of companies building solutions by experts and for experts. To truly separate from the pack, you need to enable all business decision makers with tools to self-serve their insights. Second, any solution needs to bring together the power of AI with trusted analytics in a unified and enterprise-grade manner that is governable and trustworthy. And third, you need to make it easy to ensure quality data and automate the analytics around that data with enterprise-grade governance. Only then is data trusted and accessible enough to power business decisions and AI. Let's talk a little bit about how companies leverage Alteryx. As I've mentioned, at most organizations, analytics is siloed, manual, and limited to structured data. Worse, it's an experts-only playground. Alteryx provides end-to-end solutions and AI-driven automation. We can help you tap into your unstructured data and unlock analytics for all personas at your enterprise. So, how can Alteryx help you? Alteryx delivers value across many different lines of business and across industries. If you're in finance, perhaps you need to reduce operating cost and improve cost control across shared services, or optimize cash flow, liquidity, and capital management and planning, or accelerate and simplify period end close, accounting, and consolidation. If you're in supply chain, perhaps you need to avoid stockouts and improve on-shelf availability with insights into the consumption of behaviors of customers, or reduce supply planning costs with forecast analysis. Maybe you're in marketing and you need to quickly analyze response and gain insights from customer-facing campaigns, or analyze and model ideal product pricing in different markets. Maybe you want to understand past market demand and forecast the future possible sales every month. Maybe you're in HR and you need to analyze competitive salary ranges by region, or estimate the total cost of finding, recruiting, and onboarding new employees by region. Organizations leverage Alteryx for success at multiple levels, from helping analysts take on tougher problems to giving teams new analytic powers to enabling the entire organization with data-driven insights. We're ready to support your business on the scale of one or a few people, a whole team, or your entire company. We meet you where you're at with the right analytic capabilities and user-friendly AI. For example, PepsiCo and Alteryx work together to enhance its sales forecasting capabilities, leading to smarter decision-making. By leveraging data from various sources and applying predictive analytics, PepsiCo gained deeper insights into consumer behavior and market trends. This enabled PepsiCo to optimize its sales strategies and improve overall performance, even avoiding a whopping $7 million worth of errors. Phillips 66 used Alteryx to create a powerful data model that generated over 1,500 practical applications. With Alteryx, they could analyze data from different sources quickly and efficiently. This helped them make better decisions and improve operations across their business, generating nearly $6 million in revenue while reducing more than $4 million in costs. Kaiser Permanente used Alteryx to streamline their data processing and analysis. With Alteryx, they would combine data from various sources to gain valuable insights into patient care and operational efficiency. This enabled Kaiser Permanente to make informed decisions and enhance the quality of healthcare services they provide. For example, they even improved their personalized social media responses using geospatial analytics from Alteryx, protecting their brand reputation. Alteryx is transforming nearly half of the Global 2000. Our customers are using Alteryx products to improve top-line growth and bottom-line return, creating efficiency gains, reducing risk, and quickly upscaling their workforces. But let's get back to generative AI. The impact of generative AI is clear. It presents two massive opportunities for enterprise analytics. Generative AI improves both the usability and efficacy of enterprise analytics tools. Let's talk about usability first. Generative AI makes analytics tools easier to use. Much of this is driven by the incorporation of natural language interfaces that make doing analytics much easier, as the coding language can be simple, natural language. In terms of efficacy, generative AI substantially improves automation quality for analytics. Alteryx is a leading provider of AI platforms for enterprise analytics, focusing on automating data and analytic processes that turn raw, siloed data into powerful business insights and outcomes. The Alteryx AI Platform for Enterprise Analytics offers integrated generative and conversational AI, data preparation, advanced analytics, and automated reporting capabilities. The platform is powered by AiDIN, Alteryx's AI engine for harnessing generative AI in a secure and trusted environment. The Alteryx AI Platform for Enterprise Analytics is unified by its cloud-connected capabilities and underpinned by a rich set of enterprise-grade platform services, including APIs, connectors, scheduling and orchestration, services, security, collaboration, and marketplace for extensions, all backed by our award-winning Mavericks community for learning. So, how do you maximize the impact with AI, data, and analytics? First, you build self-service capabilities. Unlock creativity of your workforce with democratized data and allow your workforce to innovate their work processes. Second, you leverage AI to create value across the spectrum, illuminating trapped value and championing fast solutioning. Finally, my favorite, foster your data-driven community. Analytics transformation is led by people and enabled by technology. Alteryx makes analytics and AI accessible for all employees, integrated into all systems, and applied to all types of decisions. Unlike other vendors, Alteryx is for all employees. Rather than focusing exclusively on technical professionals, with Alteryx's low-code, no-code AI platform and 300 plus drag and drop building blocks, people at every skill level can leverage all types of analytics and collaborate on the same governed platform. And guidance is readily available through Alteryx's generative AI engine, AiDIN. Plus, Alteryx offers one of the best user training and certification programs in the industry, with over 500,000 members in our active user community to learn, grow, and be inspired, all focused on better decision-making and problem-solving with data. In just a moment, my colleague David will demonstrate how you can use AI and analytics together to drive better decision-making. But first, let me tell you about the two products you'll see in the demonstration. Alteryx Designer Desktop is our most mature offering and represents the foundation of our platform. Designer is the leading solution for data prep, blending, and analytics, with drag and drop capabilities that speed up every step of the analytic process. What makes Designer truly unique is its combination of ease of use and intuitiveness, along with being comprehensive, flexible, and powerful, allowing users to take on their analytics challenges, whatever they may be. Designer ships with more than 80 native connectors, simplifying access, accelerating ROI. It also has over 300 tools for users to shape into analytics automation workflows. You build it once and automate with Alteryx Designer. Alteryx Auto Insights delivers AI-driven automatic insights for business users, effectively giving them their own virtual data expert so they can make data-led decisions. It offers features to deliver automated end-to-end insights for the business using data discovery. No need to ask a question. Just point Auto Insights at the right data and let it get to work. Root cause analysis, dive deeper in an instant to see trends at a click. And storytelling, scalable insights that rival humans. It's like having a virtual data analyst on call 24/7. Industry and use case agnostic, Alteryx Auto Insights is much more than a visualization tool, which typically requires a data analyst to be in the driving seat, creating charts or visualizations. Instead, Auto Insights augments your dashboarding solutions to surface hidden signals in your data that would have gone unnoticed. With that, I'm going to pass over to David to give you to show you what we can do with Alteryx. Thanks.
Today, I'm excited to take you through a tour of the new AI-powered capabilities of the Alteryx Analytics Cloud platform. For today's demo, I'm going to be playing the role of a sales analytics manager at a large auto manufacturer, and we're going to use Ford as an example throughout. So let's go ahead and say that I recently purchased the Alteryx platform and just got my hands on my new cloud environment and Designer Desktop keys. The agreement we signed also includes some training days, but those are scheduled a few days out, and I am eager to get started. So, getting started is just one of the ways Alteryx is using AI to support its users. To do so, I'll start on the Alteryx Analytics Cloud homepage. And here you can see all of the analytic capabilities immediately available to me. To get started, I'm going to navigate to Auto Insights. Within Auto Insights, you can see that there are some missions already available to me as templates that I can start with. Missions are what we call dataset-specific dashboards, and these templates can be created with real data in under a minute. But I'm going to actually navigate over to a new feature called Playbooks. Playbooks is designed to create AI-generated ideas for datasets and missions relevant to me and my specific role. All I have to do is type in my role or business problem, and Playbooks does the rest. It interprets my input, researches the domain, and identifies use cases that will be relevant to me and my business, all in under a minute. Here you can see that it's quickly come up with 4 types of analysis that might be useful to me in my role: product performance evaluation, sales channel efficiency, customer purchase patterns, and competitive analysis. If those don't quite meet my expectations, I can ask Playbooks to generate even more use cases. But I'm definitely interested in the first use case Playbooks identified: product performance evaluation. So I choose to dive in. Once I do that, Playbooks again leverages AI to research the domain, build out a sample dataset, and create a menu of potential missions that I can choose to automatically create. Here you can see 4 mission options available to me. A few of these are interesting, but before I dive in, I want to quickly show you more about the sample data that was created. By clicking View Dataset Structure, I'm able to open up a data profile for the sample data that was generated. Here you can see that any analysis related to product performance for Ford would require data about the model, the release year, the car's color, and of course the price that the vehicle sold for. I can then download this metadata, which is going to come in handy in a little bit. But for now, back to Playbooks, where I'm interested to see what my AI-generated model sales performance report looks like. Once more, AI is helping to create the perfect report for me and my team. And in a matter of seconds, it becomes available. Opening the report, we see the rich mission created for me using the sample data that was created. It includes deep dives into overall sales, performance by model, performance by region, and more. Since I'm interested, I can dive deeper to see the natural language explanations of the data and key insights that include identification of the most likely causes of the changes that we're seeing. This is a fantastic mission, but there's only one problem. It's not real data. But the great news is that the underlying data is available for us to change. So all I need to do is convert my data into the format of this sample data for the mission to provide real value. And as you might expect, Alteryx has an AI for that as well. We'll head over to Designer, where we've created an AI-powered workflow to help us map our internal data to the data format Auto Insights just created. To start, you can see that we've imported the data schema that we downloaded from Playbooks. It includes each field's name, a description, its type, and some example values. We've also imported our own internal data. You can see that it has many of the fields that we need, but some of the columns may need renaming and some values may need to be updated. You can also see that our sale date field needs to be reformatted. The first step is to create a data profile from our internal data. With just a few tools, including the Field Info tool, that is easy to accomplish. Since we'll be asking AI to do the heavy lifting, the next step is to format that metadata table as a string that can be used as part of our prompt. We do the same for the dataset structure we downloaded from Playbooks, and then format it all together into a single prompt. You can see at the bottom of the prompt that we're explicitly asking the large language model to provide us with a set of instructions to map our internal data to the provided dataset structure. And having already run the workflow, we can see the LLM's response as well. It clearly articulates the columns that have to be renamed, which data values have to be mapped, and which values have to be reformatted. And that's all happening through Alteryx's OpenAI connector, which sends the prompt directly to OpenAI for evaluation. So, we have a set of instructions to help us map our data into the appropriate format. But of course, we still need to actually apply those transformations to our data. As has always been the case with Alteryx Designer, transforming our data is as simple as dragging a few tools onto the canvas and configuring them. With just 6 tools, we're able to bring in our data, rename our columns, map fields to the accepted values, and reformat our date field so that it can be accepted by the mission we created in Auto Insights. You can see that we have all of the fields we need to make the mission work on our own data. But before we advance, a workflow as important as this needs one more thing: documentation. If I want to hand off ownership of this process to one of my colleagues for any reason, it'll be important that they are able to understand what this workflow does and why it does it. That's where the workflow summary tool comes in, and you guessed it, it's also powered by AI. I simply bring the tool onto the canvas, run the workflow, and I have rich documentation available that will help my colleagues contextualize my work. The last step is to replace our sample data by sending this new dataset back to Auto Insights. So we drag the Auto Insights send tool onto the canvas, run the workflow, and then we'll head back to Auto Insights to see our results. So let's dive in. Here is the same mission from before. Previously, it had been composed of sample data, but now that we've mapped our data into the appropriate format, we can capture real insight from it. Right off the bat, we can see that sales are down 13% week over week. And as you might expect, sales of most models declined over that same period, especially some of the best-selling models like the F-150, Fusion, Escape, and Focus. We can also see a huge drop in sales coming from Missouri, while Illinois saw a significant increase. That might be something to dive deeper into since they share a border. We can dive a level deeper and explore some of the key drivers of the decline in sales. We discussed the situation in Missouri, but it's also worth noting that white cars saw a meaningful decline and so did sedans. And we can go a level deeper than that as well if we wish. Now, looking at things by model, Auto Insights also highlights which models saw large increases and decreases over the last month, in addition to a few other interesting analyses. It's really fantastic stuff, but if you thought I might end the demo here without showing one more AI-powered feature, you'd be mistaken. Magic Documents is an exciting new feature in Auto Insights that curates a custom message, email, or presentation for a specified audience from your mission using AI. I'll have it create a presentation for me for corporate leadership to highlight some of the concerning sales developments from the last week. And in a matter of seconds, there it is. Now I have a 5-slide presentation, including the key visualizations and bulleted insights listed in natural language that everyone can understand. I can go ahead and download my presentation, make any edits that I see fit, and then send it on its way. So what you just saw today is the future of analytics powered by Alteryx and AI. Alteryx is introducing AI assistance for every step in the analytics journey, making it easy to create rich, meaningful insights in no time at all. Today we saw how AI can help brainstorm ideas for analysis with playbooks. We saw how it can help with time-consuming ETL and data mapping tasks by connecting to OpenAI, and how it can help you automate the tedious process of documentation with the workflow summary tool. And then finally, how AI can help you create rich communications to share with stakeholders using Magic Documents. All of this is designed to augment the already powerful capabilities of the Alteryx Analytics Cloud platform. Thank you.
All right. David, nice job there. There's a lot going on here, and I want to come jumping back in with some Q&A for both of you. And honestly, before we get into some of the questions that we're getting, I'm curious with regard to how people should be thinking about their future analytics posture, right? So everybody typically has something. And folks, we tend to be kind of a gateway drug to some of the new, when we do events like this, to some of the new technologies out there. I'm curious what you would say to somebody as they're starting to think about considering a next level solution like Alteryx. I mean, they already have something in place. I mean, how should they be thinking about starting to consider going to the next level?
I think that's a great question. The analytics maturity model, I think, is a great place to start to really think about where you're at and what you need to take to the next level. Thinking about key important use cases for you, what's really important about for your business, and maybe just stepping away from the analytics actually for a minute and focusing on your business. What are you trying to drive? Are you trying to increase profitability? Are you trying to get more market share? Are you trying to be more efficient? Like, identify the business, the places in the business that are most important for you to impact, and then also really understand where you're at in your journey. Bring those two together. Reach out to us, and we'll help you kind of find a path forward. But those are great places to start.
Yeah, and I know there is a lot on the website, and we always encourage everybody not only to go to the website but to reach out and engage. I mean, honestly, the best way to find out what's going on with your particular situation is to begin an engagement. These things are oftentimes incredibly enlightening, and can really make it much clearer as to how to get started in that consideration cycle. And as I mentioned, you've got the assess your analytics maturity feature on the website, right on the homepage. You can get started with that. It's a 15-minute simple little web app, effectively, that you can walk your way through. So there's a lot going on. There's also an incredible amount of customer success stories. David, I'm curious, in your experience, where are you seeing the traction these days with people considering the Alteryx solution? Is it by vertical? Is it by size of company? I mean, where do you think Alteryx is really hitting the mark?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing it across the board. We have customers of varying sizes, moving all the way up through the global 1,000, and champions within each organization within a number of different lines of business through each organization. And so as a both vertical agnostic analytics tool and one that caters to analytics teams, we're able to solve a multitude of use cases. And what we've found is that really grounding in the specific analytics use cases that'll drive the most value is usually where our customers like to start with us first.
Yeah, I have a question with regard to average time to onboard. I think, Sarah, I'll start with you on that one, or I'll just ask you straight up. What is the average time to onboard with using an Alteryx AI product?
Absolutely. The best place to start, and you can see it for yourself, is by signing up for one of our trials. You can get connected with our Designer Desktop trial and download that, or our Auto Insights trial and connect with that online. And I think most everyone can find value in their first day of using the product, and depending upon how big of outcomes you're trying to drive, it can be very, very quick. Even some really large problems, you can have solved in days and very small number of weeks.
Yeah,
It's really incredibly powerful.
Well, and we have up a QR code for everybody who's interested in the fastest way to get the free trial. But we also are going to share a link to the free trial in a follow-up email with everybody as well. And if you go to the Alteryx website, it's pretty prominently displayed in the top right-hand corner as well. So yeah, again, these things are usually pretty well designed to show value quickly, and so we would encourage you all to do that. So here's a question. My organization is only doing some basic reporting. How are we supposed to? Can we take advantage of generative AI? I guess is where they're going with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think generative AI is very exciting for companies that haven't gotten very far in their analytics maturity, because it's going to give them an opportunity to kind of leapfrog a bit. If you have data, you can point auto insights at that data and quickly find insights that you didn't even think about, questions you wouldn't have even thought to ask. It's going to find things for you. So even if you just have some spreadsheets with Designer Desktop or Auto Insights, you can get value very quickly.
Another question we have with regard to doing more with less, I guess. My team is a little limited in what we can do. How can I invest in analytics and AI?
Absolutely. On that one as well, because our platform is really made for all users and not just the technical experts, you can use your subject matter experts around that data. They can actually they can tap into insights directly without reaching out to data science teams and more technical teams. So this is going to enable your existing teams that know the data best to get those insights themselves without reaching out to more expensive teams or data, like data science that you might not even have access to at your organization.
Yeah, David, I'm going to throw one to you. With regard to the future of generative AI and analytics, what do you see? I mean, it's just from being on the inside and obviously seeing a thing or two, and just kind of put on your take out the crystal ball, take a look at what you're thinking about. Where do you see AI going with regard to enterprise analytics, and what kind of changes do you expect to see going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for asking this question. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. One of Sarah's slides really outlined this really well. And there are two dimensions that we're seeing, that we're envisioning AI will really, really support analytics and analytics use cases as we move to the future. The first one is just accelerating the pace of analytics. We showed a couple of those features today where you can use AI to help brainstorm ideas, eventually using AI to help you perform your analysis. All of that will be accelerated through AI as the AI technology matures. That's number one. Number two, excuse me, is improved automation. There are a ton of analytic use cases right now that are 40, 50, 60% automated. But there are still manual components that rely on, folks reading text documentation or going through documents that do require a manual review. And with the advancements, especially in large language models, there's the potential to further automate some of the tedious parts of those processes that frankly are also some of the most unpleasant. And so we're talking about further automation, accelerated analytics, and at the end of the day, also net new types of analysis that can be performed.
It's like somebody hit the NOS button on technology, and it's almost like you can't. If you're just standing there, you're falling way behind incredibly quickly, and I'm just so excited to see kind of how the enterprise space is is jumping on board with this sort of amazing technology. So Sarah, tell us a little bit more about some of the other. So obviously the technology is going to the next level, but there's a whole bunch of other things. Alteryx has been around for a while.
Right.
It's certainly one of the leading providers of analytics and data solutions. There's a whole resources section that people can avail themselves of. Can you just talk a little bit about the additional support that comes along with becoming an Alteryx customer?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we have our Alteryx's world-class support organization, but also one of the things I'm most excited about is our Mavericks community. As I mentioned, there's over 500,000 active users of Alteryx products in our community. And in there, you will find great things like a weekly challenge that you can try out and work with other people and see how they've solved problems. And that kind of helps introduce you to some new tools and things like that. We also have some self-guided learning, which is really fantastic. Just to be really transparent, we have summer interns frequently. And I always ask my summer interns to go get certified in Designer Desktop. And it's an 8-week program and they have other work to do, but they always all go get certified. So it's really quick and easy to use that self-guided training capabilities and the certification test to demonstrate your knowledge in the products and get to value faster. So those are really fantastic. But again, that Mavericks community is extremely exciting. And people are very, very, very active on there. If you're having trouble, you can post a question, or if you're really excited about a solution, you can share it with others. It's a great resource.
Well, and I know there's also a whole bunch of events happening that you guys are putting on, including, I'm on the site right now, the Alter Next Live Summit in April, where you're going to have basically four client users sharing their best practices and so forth. How else can folks find Alteryx? I mean, are you guys out in other events? Are you going to different places? Is there, should people be thinking about some of the social media connections?
Yeah, absolutely. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube, of course. We're at most of the major analytics organization events. Coming up in May, I'm really excited to connect with customers at our Inspire event at the Venetian in middle of May. We have really exciting keynote speakers, and our Grand Prix is a really fun event. We, of course, have a lot of racing themes, being McLaren sponsors as well. But the Grand Prix is a long-standing tradition. On the last night of our conference, people actually get up on stage and compete to see how quickly they can solve analytics problems. And it's extremely exciting. It's extremely nerdy. It's amazing. There's lights and everything. It's a fabulous event and really exciting time to spend with other analytics professionals.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting time to be in the space. We're certainly amazed at all of the innovation that's happening. We love having events like this. Again, we would encourage everybody who's watching this to reach out and engage and find out how Alteryx can fit into your analytics and data structure. It's imperative. It's imperative. You can't sit still. Not anymore. Those days are over. All right, great. Well, thanks very much for the time today. This has been wonderful. Best of luck with the upcoming events and all the nerdy racing that's happening. And we will hopefully catch up with you later on in the year.
Great. Thanks so much for having us, Doug.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
So there you have it, another solution in our spotlight. We want to thank Sarah and David for that presentation, and we appreciate your attendance as well. Until next time, I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review. Thanks for watching.